Right, so with this question here now, right, you should anticipate one of these coming up towards the end of the paper, right, with triangles that are not right angled, and then you're going to use the sine rule, cosine rule. It might be both of them or just one of them, right? Now on page 2, right, you've got to remember these formulas here, okay, so you don't have to remember them, right, you refer to them. So it says in this question, right, so all the information is here that comes across in the words here, and it says find the angle ABC. So ABC, of course, where the roof is above angle B here, okay, that angle there we want to work out. Now that is connected to this triangle, and what usually that means then is we need to work out something on this triangle first, okay, that's what tends to happen. Okay, so we work out something on this triangle that will help us with this triangle, and of course working something out on here that will help us with this triangle will be the side that links the two triangles. So this side here, okay, this is the one that really matters. If we work out this side, we've got a side which will help us work out that angle. So 2 steps to this. Now when you do this, right, you need to label the sides, right? Now if that's capital B there with the angle, opposite that angle then is going to be little d, okay? This is obviously angle A here, so opposite angle A is little a, and then this is angle C here, isn't it? So opposite angle C is little c. Now when you've got 2 sides and the angle in between them, you need to use the cosine rule, okay? You can't use the sine rule in this case, because in order to use the sine rule, you need to have a pair, an angle on the side. The only angle we've got is this, and we don't actually know this side, so you can't use the sine rule, alright? The cosine rule works when you've got 2 sides angled in between them. And the formula, okay, is, of course, this one here, yeah? A squared plus B squared, A squared, sorry, equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A, right? And that's when you want to work out side A, okay? That's when you want to work out side A. But it doesn't matter what the letters are, it's not important, right? It really isn't important. In this case, you want angle D, isn't it? Sorry, you want side D. So if you want side little d, instead of putting A squared there, you need to put D squared, right? So we put D squared equals then, and you notice it's the other 2 sides, right? So compared to that, so if I'm putting D squared there, it'll be the other 2 sides squared, so A squared plus C squared, okay? And then it's got 2BC, which is those 2 sides there, so in this case now it'll be take away 2AC. Cos then, now in this case is angle A, because it's little a you want, so in this case, because we want little d, it'll be angle D. These 2 have got to be the same, right? So chuck in the numbers. D squared equals, well, that's 28, A is. C then is 19. Take away 2 times 28 times 19 times then cos of angle D, which is 67. And what I do is, right, I get my Casio and I just type in all of that in one go. Okay, I don't mess around. This you can literally do in one go. Type it as you see it, and we get this out. Now remember, this is just D squared, right, not D. Okay, to get D, you need to take the square root. You need to take the square over, sorry, and square root. Okay, take the square over and square root. So if we square root, then that, the ants, we get 20, oh look at that, that's nice, isn't it, 27. And because like it's 0, 0 there, I'd be happy to write down 27, right? If you want to be a bit more accurate, you can put 0, 0, 5, right? Okay, if you want to, because maybe you're worried about rounding issues, but 27 will be fine, right? It's your choice, it's your call. So we've got that sort of level of accuracy there, maybe. Now what we can do is, once we've got this side now, this is going to help us now to work out angle B, right? Because we know that the opposite side to angle B, right, we know it, right? We've got it here, and you can call this little b if you want now, right? Because we're going on to this triangle, okay, and it's opposing an angle. It's your choice, right? And of course you've got angle A there. Call that little a, right? And see there, little c. So this will be little b. You might not even use the letters now, but I want you to notice this time we can use the sine rule. We can use the sine rule because we've got a side and the angle opposing it. We've got a pair that we know, right? So we can use that pair now in the sine rule to help us. We want to work out angle B, don't we? Now with the sine rule, right, it's really important the way it's set out on page 2. The way it's set up here is if you want to get a side, right? If you want a side, but if you want to work out an angle, you just do the reciprocal of all of this, right? So what I mean is you could write this as sine A over little a, sine B over little b, sine C over little c. And you would do that when you want the angle, alright? And remember, you only use 2 of these in one go, right? So you don't need to have all 3 there, you could just use 2. What I do is I always start off with the one I want, right? So basically I want angle B, don't I? So I'm going to, because it's that one there, so I'm going to call it sine B over then little b, right? Now little b, okay, so there's angle B. Little b is that, 27.005, equals then sine then, okay, of an angle that I know, 74, over then its opposing side, 32. Remember, I need a pair, which I've got there. And all you've got to do then is, right, quite simply, is, because you're dividing by this 27.005 here, you could take that over the other side, and of course, because you're dividing, take it over in times. Okay, so we've got 27.005 times sine 74. Okay, so work all that out. Divide them by 32. Okay, so we get then 0.811214, which is exactly what I expect. Okay, so it's going to be really small. And to get b, then just running out of space here, but to get b, you do sine to the -1, don't you? Okay. So you take that sine over the other side. Remember, when you want to work out an angle, you always take the sine over and do the inverse, so shift sine and then press ans, and you get your answer then 54.2 degrees.